Tugs Audio Productions present Lost, written by Ryan and Christopher.
The tugboat, for its size, is the most powerful craft afloat. And the Star Tugs are the power behind the docks and waterways that make up the big city port. This is Tugs.
Travelling in thick fog is a hazardous task for tugs. With such poor visibility, it can either make things very difficult or very dangerous, especially as tugs back then didn't have radio or radar. I remember a time, one particular winter, when I had sent 10 cents upriver to deliver a barge of pipes to a factory. He knew the path up there well enough, so getting there wasn't a difficulty for him. Getting back, however, was due to be a completely different story altogether.
Oh well, that's another job done. Better head on home now before it gets dark.
But as 10 cents began to move off, he didn't see Billy Shupak coming along the canal opposite him. He collided with Billy's barge, which sent a case of dynamite into the river.
Uh-oh!
The old barge was swept up in a huge wave and dragged under. 10 cents and Billy looked on in disbelief.
Now look what you've done, 10 cents. You've gone and sunk me barge.
Oh dear, I'm really sorry, Billy. I didn't see you coming. I'd never have pulled out otherwise.
Alright, I forgive you this once. Still, it made a lovely big bang, didn't it? All the same, we'll need to settle for this wreck before it causes another mishap. I'm off to get help.
What? I can't stay up here for this. It'll be dark soon. I need to get back to Big City.
You should have thought of that before you sunk my barge.
Oh, all right then, Billy.
10 cents reluctantly edged over to the point where the old barge had sank, and waited whilst Billy went off to fetch the nearest floating crane. But Billy was gone for a long time. Darkness fell much too quickly, and the mist rolled in from the sea, so thick that soon 10 cents couldn't even recognise the place.
Gosh, this fog ain't half thick, is it? Oh, come on, Billy. Where are you already?
Here I am. Sorry I took so long. Had to see an owner about a barge. Thanks for your help. I can manage it from here.
Good, you're welcome to it. I'll see you around then, Billy. Bye.
Ta-ra then, and take care. The vault looks rather thick.
Don't I know it.
10 cents had been upriver countless times before, but this was the first time he had ever travelled along it at night. With the thick fog swirling around him, he found it very difficult to keep his bearings.
Okay, let's see. Am I at Mittsville yet? God, I can't even tell where I am in this mist. Let's try this way.
Oi! What's where you going?
Ow! Stupid bellboy! Alright, must be this way then.
Setting off down a river, 10 cents hoped that it would be the right way. He travelled for a long time with no signs of any familiar landmarks, and soon he began to worry.
What's that? Foghorn? Oh no, I must be out at sea. Oh, I haven't a clue where I am with this stupid fog. Alright, Tensons, alright, calm down. Remember OJ's advice. When in a fog, look for familiar shapes and boats you know. Right, good 10 cents, good. Guess I'll try to head back, hope to find someone who can help me.
Meanwhile, back at the Star Dock, all the other tugs were fast asleep. All that is, except Sunshine, who was still wide awake and very worried.
By heck, this fog's getting thick. Where could 10 cents be? Psst, OJ, wake up.
Yes, what's happening?
OJ, it's 10 cents.
No, you're not your Sunshine, you cheeky imp.
No, I mean 10 cents hasn't returned. He's been gone for hours. Should have been back after dusk.
Oh dear, oh, that is serious. Oh, I can see what you mean from that fog. You lot, wake up!
Oh, is it morning already? Looks much too early for 6 o'clock.
Oh, I say, it's still night, for goodness sake. What right have you got to wake important tugs like myself from such a plentiful slumber?
Stop mourning, Top Hat. Listen, 10 cents isn't home yet. The fog's thicker than usual tonight, so my guess is something's happening or he's missing.
Oh dear, poor little fella. We'll have to go and look for him.
Aye, I'm with you, warrior. We'll need to form a search party.
Good thinking, Big Mac, old man. We'll look around all the usual places 10 cents might have passed in the hope that we'll come across him soon. I, of course, will search out at sea just in case.
Good thinking, Hercules. In fog like this, even the most experienced of thugs can still wind up in the strangest of places. You lot start looking. I'll join you once I've informed Captain Star. Remember, when in doubt, sound your whistle and let yourself be heard.
No problems, my dear. We'll remember.
Bother that switch. Of all nights to go and get himself lost. How careless can one be?
You cut that out about 10 cents. What's important is to find and bring him home safely, not getting a proper night's sleep. Now then, we'll split up and look in different locations. Keep an eye out for anything that looks or sounds familiar, and always keep a mark on where you're going. Got that?
Yes, quite. Message received and understood.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get looking.
With that confident remark, the Star Tugs set off in different directions, each one calling out 10 Cent's name. Meanwhile, the little switcher himself was making his way aimlessly through the fog, still looking for familiar sights and sounds.
Oh, this is hopeless. I'd be better off mooring up somewhere for the night rather than this. Hey, hang on a minute. I can see a flashing light. That could be Lily. Oh, thank goodness I'm on my way back from there.
10 Cents rushed across the bay, calling out to Lily, and was sure that he found his way home.
Why isn't she answering? Lily!
But as he got closer, 10 Cents looked up and realized that it wasn't Lily at all. He was heading toward a lighthouse.
Oh no! Oh, so much for finding a familiar sight. There could be hundreds of lighthouses between here and home. Just gotta keep looking.
10 Cents headed off half-heartedly back into the mist and continued on feeling disappointed, tired as he tried to find his way home. Across the bay, the other Star Tugs were still out looking for him.
10 Cents! 10 Cents, where are you?
Ay, caramba, warrior, watch where you're going.
Warrior? Warrior indeed, is he? What on earth are you doing here anyway?
Waiting for someone to come out here and give me a tow into port. How much you want?
What? Me? Tow you into port? Oh no, the very thought! That's a menial job worthy of a lesser tug than I!
I pay you any price you want, amigo. I really need to unload these bananas.
The only place I'd be able to take you is the breaker's yard. Aside from that, we're all supposed to be out looking for 10 Cents. Might as well ask while I'm here. Have you seen him anywhere?
In this fog, you'd be lucky. The fog is very thick. Very small chance of being seen.
And very little chance of seeing anything else in your way, banana brain. Perhaps you should. Just wait until you hear Zoran or one of the other Z-stacks and then start moving.
Oh, I do that anyway when I hear Z-stacks approaching.
A bit big to be 10 cents, don't you think, Top Hat?
I am looking for him, warrior, but Izzy got in my way.
Hey, I've been anchored here for 2 days, and you're the first one to find a problem with where I stand.
And they say that I'm the clumsy one.
That's because you are.
Oh yeah. Oops.
Anyway, if you see or hear from 10 Cents, let him know, but on the lookout for him.
Don't worry, Top Hat. I'm sure we'll bump into him at some point tonight.
Very droll, warrior. Very droll.
I say, any luck yet, my dears?
Well, Top Hat found Izzy.
Yes, but unfortunately no 10 Cents as yet.
Well, I'm going to head out and speak to Lily. See if she's seen anything. Knowing 10 cents, he'll be looking out for her beacon.
Big Mac had made the decision to go upriver and see if 10 cents had run into trouble on his route home.
10 cents? 10 cents! Where are you? Oh, suffering lumpy porridge! What's that?
Hello, Big Mac. What brings you up this way, then?
Oh, it's you, Shoepark. I'm looking for 10 cents. He never came back to the Star Dock.
Cool, that is unusual. I saw him a few hours ago. He sunk one of me barges by mistake. Well, still, he made a lovely big bang. I mean, you should have seen it, the sparks.
Never mind your stupid big bangs. Do you know what 10 cents is?
Well, I'm sorry to say, I haven't the foggiest. Get it? Foggiest? We're standing in the middle of thick...
I get it. So you don't know what he is, then?
Well, last I saw him was when he left to go home. He'd say behind the motorbike when the barge sank. I'm just taking a replacement supply to the customer now. So if you excuse me, I'll...
Hang on a minute there, Shoepark. You've given me an idea.
What's that, then?
I can't believe I'm actually going to suggest this. How about we put one of those into action?
You mean like a big explosion?
Aye, well, it could act as a beacon for 10 cents. Give him something to look for, or at least hear in the fog.
Oh, great! It's a good thing I always bring a spare flare for these kind of occasions. Oh, better still, how about we use dynamite? That'll make a bigger bang, won't it?
Only if you're going to strap it to yourself. No, a flare will be suffice. Yeah, just send it up, Shoepark.
Hercules was heading further and further out to sea, trying to see if he could find 10 cents. The fog out at sea was thicker than closer inland, so he was finding it difficult to get his bearings.
10 cents? Where are you, 10 cents? I say 10 cents, can you hear me? Where are you, 10 cents? I say, it sounds like a tramp. Maybe they want some assistance. Ahoy! Ahoy there! I say, who's there?
But there was no reply from the tramper. Hercules tried to pursue it, but it disappeared into the mist just as quickly as it had appeared to him.
Well. Just need to keep searching, I suppose. 10 cents? 10 cents, can you hear me? 10 cents.
Right, I'm in the open sea, I can see and hear nothing familiar, and I'm still lost. So much for OJ's advice, that hasn't done me much good this time around. Hang on, that sounds like a tram steamer. They'll be headed for Big City, or heading away from it. Either way, it's a good indicator for a path home.
Elated at the prospect of getting back safely, 10 cents followed the sound of the distant foghorn, hoping that it would be the saving grace that brought him home. Meanwhile, OJ had alerted me to the problem and was catching up to Sunshine, who was exploring through the old buildings.
Oh, any luck yet, Sunshine?
None as yet, I'm afraid, OJ.
I haven't seen him anywhere either.
Well, he'd hardly be down there, would he, Grampus? Or at least we hope he isn't.
Every little helps, you know, Sunshine.
My own reckoning is that he'll be out at sea somewhere, and if he is, then Hercules ought to find him.
Either that, or he may have hit something out on the estuary. Maybe... You don't think Bert and Blair found him first, do you?
Oh, I wouldn't even bear thinking about it if those two have got a hold of him.
Do you reckon I should go and ask them if they have?
Well, I wouldn't say it's not worth a try, Sunshine. The Grampus and I will keep searching until we find something.
Well, goodness knows you wouldn't want to go anywhere near their breaker's yard, OJ. They've had their eye on you for ages.
That, and we'll cover more water if we split up. Now come on, Grampus.
Sunshine feared the worst as he made his way to the breaker's yard. Burke and Blair were moored up as he approached.
Excuse me?
Well, look who we have here, Mr. Burke.
Oh, the smallest thing still so Mr. Blair. And what brings you to our breaker's yard?
Has Uji finally decided to turn himself in?
Not quite.
A great pity, wouldn't you agree, Mr. Burke?
Entirely, Mr. Black. He's in decent condition next year, isn't he? Could fetch quite a generous price if he hurries up.
You two never give up on old OJ, do you? Anyway, I came to acquire about 10 cents.
Oh my, Mr. Burke, imagine the return we'd get on parts from a young tug like that.
Oh yes, Mr. Black. He's very well maintained. And I imagine would make fine parts for another working tug.
I take it from that reaction you haven't seen him, or acquired him for your collection then.
I'm afraid I have not. What about you, Mr. Burke?
I haven't seen him either, Mr. Black.
Okay then, I apologise for any inconvenience then. I would ask you if you join the search to find them, but then I know you two are liable to do if you find them first.
Well, if you were to come back and discuss prices for any old scrap you may have, you know where we are.
I'll bear that in mind.
10 Cents was still following the path from when he'd heard the foghorn. He listened intently to see if he was going in the right direction. Then he heard the sound of the tramper ahead of him.
Ahoy! Ahoy there! I'm trying to find my way back to port. Can you
Push
help?
off! I'm not paying any outrageous fees to some tug.
Well, actually I'm lost and I was wondering if you knew...
Oh, listen, laddie, I couldn't have killed this. Now push off before I make you.
You can't go into port on your own, you know. It's illegal.
Oh, I know that. You know that. He knows that. That thing over there knows that. But it's the cheapest means of getting in. And besides, what's an insignificant little wimp like you going to do about it anyway? Move aside.
The tramper forced his way ahead and began heading for the port limits. 10 Cents began following on his trail, trying to track him down as best he possibly could. By now, Big Mac and Billy Shoepack were on the outskirts of the forest, setting their flare for 10 cents.
And you're sure this is going to work, Shoepack?
Course it will. It's a controlled explosion, remember? And we have lovely fireworks too.
Either that or we'll have Fire Tug out here with an arrest warrant.
Right, stand well, crack and watch out. This'll be fun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
The flare shot up into the air and lit up the night sky with a blinding flash. The tramper was startled by the light and lost his way.
Oh, what's happening? I can't see a thing, it's too bright.
Izzy saw him coming, charging through the thick fog, blinded by the flash and out of control. He was heading straight for Warrior, and a collision was imminent.
Ay caramba, Warrior, get out of the way.
Oh no! What on earth is going on?
Well done, Tommy. You saved Warrior.
And stop that tramper dead in its tracks.
Yeah, crime doesn't pay, you know.
Yeah, you're telling me. Oh.
Oh, remind me never to go out in thick fog ever again.
Here, hold on a minute. I remember you. You're that tramper that the Coast Guard's been looking for. What are you trying to smuggle in this time?
Nothing, I swear. I'm innocent. You can tell that to the Port Authority. That is, if you don't think first.
Hey, what's all the commotion? What happened to that tramper?
10 cents. You're alright.
Yeah, I just got lost on my way back to Big City. I must have taken a wrong turn or something. That tramper seemed to know where he was headed, so I just began following him. Then that flare went off and I found you lot.
Well, Shoepack, looks like your flare idea actually worked.
In more ways than one. Once we get a crane here and get that tramper floated again, we'll take it to the proper authorities and let them deal with him. That'll teach him to come in on his own.
And for smuggling too.
Or better still, Burke and Blair made me a decent offer for any scrap metal I might find.
Excuse me, amigos. Would one of you mind at all giving me $8? I really need to unload these bananas.
Well, I'm off to fetch the crane. How about you, Top Hat?
I don't think Izzy would be towed in by a clumsy tug.
That's not funny at all. I'm not a clumsy tug. I'm sleep deprived and nothing else.
But it's your clumsiness that came in useful tonight, eh?
Which is more than can be said for any of your misadventures, Herr Warrior.
Yeah, I suppose you're right there, Big Mac. But that tramper could have caused a lot of damage if you hadn't battered into him.
Yes, Top Hat, you're a real hero.
Real hero? Real hero? More like real nuisance, if you ask me.
Oh, well, I really don't know what to say. I'm quite flattered, actually. I don't suppose I represent such.
Come on, Izzy, I'll take you. Oh, after the night I've had, I could do with some company getting home.
Luckily for the tramper, the tugs took pity on him and didn't hand him over to Burke and Blair. However, the penalty he received was a stark reminder that crime certainly doesn't pay.